My name is Aaron Johnson, founder of Grieftoaction and co-founder of Holistic Resistance. And I want to start this out by saying thank you for taking the time to be here with me and to hear what this project is about. This is the first action of Grieftoaction. We are making a documentary that I have been working on, building the infrastructure for emotionally, called the Chronically UnderTouched. We call it the CUT project for short. And we're specifically talking about the touch needs of young black men and black bodies, black people that are chronically undertouched. But the black brute is one of the places we see a lot of young black men get deeply hurt. And I remember working with two young black men in a little earth dome that we have on site here. And they were sitting in two chairs inside a little earth dome. And they were holding hands. One was crying a little bit and one was listening. And I remember telling my assistant, take a picture of this. Because this, what I'm seeing right here, is ungoogleable. And that's heartbreaking, to really understand that the touch needs, the healing around touch, and the way that the black brute and oppression has systematically made black men untouchable. And that, to me, has caused so much harm on multiple levels. We're going to investigate that with the work we're doing with the CUT project, how transformative it is to work with young black men and their touch needs, to really drop into the magnitude of interrupting oppression in a way that I haven't seen quite interrupted. To really track what does it mean to be grounded in your touch plan and track how being touched is also about being human, being a full human. And we want to make sure that if I Google a black man being grounded, having some good touch with another black man platonically with love, that's not ungoogleable, that's not hard to find. Not only that, I think with all the other things you can Google on the internet and find black men doing, that's not that. That's not a coincidence. It's by design. And so this film is really something that came to me in two places. Top of this year, my aunt passed away. And she was a dear aunt to me. And I remember her saying, I want to write a book. Before I write my book, I'm going to go to college and get my master's and get to my book. And we didn't know she was so close to death. She almost got done with her master's. But before she got her master's done, she passed away. She never wrote the book. And I say that because my aunt is an amazing writer and thinker. And as I sit here on this side of burying her, I realized that if we have magic to make, let's make it. If we have actions to do, let's act upon it. And I remember just kind of sitting there meditating that for the last couple of months, and the Super Bowl came around, and I saw a commercial that Mayo did. And Mayo is, I hadn't had any opinions about prior to this situation, but I saw them take a black male body and have it cause violence for about a minute, maybe a minute and a half. I didn't time the commercial just by just running people over. It's a replay of an old bad commercial. It was bad when it first happened, and the Super Bowl commercial was bad as well. But I watched that commercial and realized they spent probably over $10 million to make it normal for black male violence in this era of time. Post George Floyd, post Trump, they still think it's okay to exploit the black male body to sell more mayo. And it was heartbreaking, but also I said, I can be hurt here or I can get focused. And even though this film, I was like, I can make this film in a year. I said, I'm gonna make it right now. It needs to be made right now. And we're just in the big stages of filling out our Grieftoaction camp, and we're doing our first big actions. And this is my first action myself for our Grieftoaction, is to make this documentary. And this documentary to me is really gonna examine the design of dehumanizing the black body by way of touch, by way of seeing, by way of being held, and not just by white hands on black bodies, but black hands on black bodies too. That we as black men have to really reclaim our ability to drop in and be platonically, thoughtfully held. I want to just honor all the young black men I've worked with at this point that has contributed to this project already, contributed to their healing, has helped me understand how critical this is, how life-saving this work is. And I look forward to making this film and sharing it with the world, but also transforming a lot of the ways we talk about activism, we talk about prison, we talk about the recovery of folks coming out of prison, that we really start tracking what does it mean to have a comprehensive touch plan that's accessible for all black bodies in this country. We're looking for your support. We want to be engaged in conversation with you about how the progress is going. But what's most importantly is we're going to make this film. The film is going to happen. I would love for you to be a part of it. I appreciate your backing. Much love.